Hi everybody, it is time for Q&A Wednesday where I answer the questions that you have that have to do with health and fitness. So I've got kind of a new room here, a new setup, and it's a little bouncy in the noise. So we'll see the best we can do with this today and then we'll work on it. But have a really great topic today. You know, a lot of people come up with goals and then have zero idea where to start when it comes to how to attack it, how to set up a plan, what to do. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the basics, and I'm trying to keep it simple. You know, you don't wanna overwhelm yourself. Anytime that you have a new goal, you're talking about adding new things to your life. And so anytime that you get overwhelmed, then you're gonna tend to either quit or not be able to fully do the things that you need to do to reach your goal. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that today. So if you do have a new goal, and you know, I have new goals all the time, depending on, do I reach my goal? Do I wanna start something new? Do I really feel like I need to change some things up? And it happens to me all the time. You know, I might be a different time of year. Maybe I wanna, try a new sport, you know, all kinds of things. Things I would never have thought that I'd be interested in doing way back when I was 210 pounds. So, you know, it's kind of fun to try new things. Part of my life, you know, trying new exercises, new approaches, you know, those kind of things. So let's talk a little bit about how to get started. Because I think when a lot of times people get really overwhelmed very quickly, I get it. It's kind of like me walking into Ulta and going, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. We all get there, right? I'm also a huge technophobe. So anytime you try to get me to learn a new app or do something new that has to involve a computer or even read a manual, yeah, not my gig. So let's just talk about taking it step by step. So I think first of all, you gotta know what your overall big goal is, whether it's trying to maybe drop a pant size. Maybe it is going on a vacation and you just wanna feel a little bit better about yourself. Maybe it's just you need more energy and you're not quite sure what in your lifestyle to change in order to make that happen. So if you have an overall idea, maybe a big picture, that's a good place to start, but realize you're gonna have to break it down into bite-sized pieces. Might be beneficial to contact a professional who does that for a living, either a personal trainer or a coach, to help you break that down. Now, that being said, just know that you are always your own best advocate. So whatever it is, whatever direction that you want to go, if you don't feel that that's the right direction, make sure you take 2 steps back and think about it. Because, you know, we have our own intuition. We should be able to look inside and kind of, does this feel right? Does this feel like the right direction that I want to go? And most of us have hit all those crazy diets and the fads and the pills and the whatnot. Obviously, if they haven't gotten you where you want to go, probably not the right answer for you. Well, they're really not the right answer for anybody because really they're gimmicky and they're not long-term nor sustainable. So keep that in mind. But if you have an overall goal, let's just say that you want to lose 10 pounds. Now, you know me, I'm not a fan of the scale. I'm not a fan of weight loss. I believe in fat loss versus weight loss. However, if that is your goal, okay, cool. So then let's break that down. We all know that we're gonna lose the most weight probably the first week because it's gonna be water. And then after that, we're gonna lose about a pound a week. Really, that's probably the fastest you should go. So if you can break that down week by week and then figure out what you need to do to get there, right? You have to be really careful to know what the reality is versus I have a lot of people come to me and say, hey, I want to lose 30 pounds in 2 months, which technically is doable, but are you mentally and emotionally ready for the challenges that are going to come with that and the trade-offs really that are going to come with that in order to reach that goal that quickly? I'm not a fan of that. That's awfully fast. Getting there is one thing, but staying there is a totally different ballgame, and it's going to probably be completely unsustainable for most people. So again, you gotta make sure that it's a realistic goal, that you have realistic expectations, because it's really not how fast you get there, it's how long you stay there once you get there. That's really important. I also think it's really super important, especially if it's been a while since you've been to a doctor, had a physical, had a checkup, that you should let your primary care provider know what you're doing. Make sure that you are healthy enough to start tackling the things that you want to do, whether it's going to the gym. You know, if you've ever filled out an assessment when it comes to personal training or exercise, it asks, you know, or does your doctor know? Does your doctor feel that you are physically ready to do that? Because, you know, there's sometimes when you might need to take 2 steps back and wait. Maybe there's an underlying issue. It's amazing to me how many people are willing to put their own health on their line and then later find out that, man, they've got some things that really, had they squared it away first, they would have had much better results. They would have had the energy. Maybe they wouldn't be injured. You know, you want to make sure you do things the right way. So make sure that your primary care provider is with you. And like I said, you're your own best advocate. Most of us have been to the doctor and kind of been snubbed a little bit because they just don't have a lot of time. So make sure that you are your own best advocate, that you are there for your health. Make sure they listen to you. You know, if you want blood work done, make sure that you ask for that blood work done to make sure that your hormone levels are correct, that, you know, everything is at its best possible ability. Because honestly, if you have some issues, could be anything, you know, if your hormones are off, it can actually really go against you in the goals that you're trying to reach. And so you're frustrated because things aren't happening, but then you go back and find out maybe your thyroid's off. So again, you really want to make sure that all those things are taken care of and that you know where you're at and where your tests are at. And everybody should be on board. You know, if you work with a physical therapist, they should all agree that maybe it's time for you to start going to the gym. You know, you have a team, right? You have a bunch of people that really do care about you, and that maybe know different aspects of your life, and make sure that they're all in support of what you're trying to accomplish. The next thing you really need to do is you need to I can't talk today. You need to make sure that you are okay with the trade-offs that are going to happen. I get it all the time. People are like, well, I want to do this, but I'm not willing to give up my beer. Okay, great. Then you're probably not going to get where you want to go. There are certain things you're going to have to give up in order to reach where you want to. And you have to decide what that level is. Now, you know, when I was 210 pounds, all I had to do was clean up my diet. And I really started to see results and get the direction I wanted to go. Now, if I want to go somewhere, I have to tighten up way more than that. The leaner that you get, the closer to your goals that you get, the more effort you're going to have to put into it for smaller results, right? Because your body, to an extent, will fight you on it, especially if you try to do it drastically. Your body will fight you on it. Your body was designed to survive. And so, you know, if you drop from eating, you know, maybe not such a healthy diet to 1,200 calories, that might work for a couple of weeks, but really quickly your hormones are going to react, your body's going to react, you're going to be starving more than normal because your body is designed to survive, and that's part of its ability to help you survive, is making sure that you're going to eat. So if you do it the right way, if you do it just in small increments, you kind of avoid that issue of your body, you know, fighting you on the results. So that's important of it. But you do have to know what you're willing to give up at each level. In the beginning, maybe it's a half an hour of time every day to go to the gym, or 45 minutes once a week to prepare your food and make sure that you have healthy options to take with you to work instead of stopping at the drive-thru every day. Those are the trade-offs you're going to have to be willing to make. There is no pill. I'm just going to tell you this right now. Somebody, you know, I just saw a post that says that you can't cheat the grind. As a matter of fact, I think I posted that. You can't cheat the grind. You know, you can't circumvent. There's no shortcut that's going to take you around that. Even a fat burner, guys, if you're eating super, super clean, is only going to buy you about 100 calories. So, you know, there's nothing, you're not going to be able to eat your ice cream and get where you want to go. Kind of the cake and eat it too thing. That's kind of a thing, right? I really believe that it's important that you work for a lifestyle change. If you think that you're going to diet for 3 weeks and then go back to the crap you were doing before, you're not going to maintain the results. So I think it's important to pick one or two things to really work on. Once you decide where you're going, you know, I'm okay if you pick a few more things, as my clients will tend to do. But as soon as you realize that maybe that's a little overwhelming, pick it down, break that back down to one or two things that you know you can do, that you can focus on. Honestly, for my clients, it's usually, hey, let's just try to work on drinking more water, and maybe, you know, take one meal a day, make one meal so that you're prepared to take it to work. If you take food to work, if you take a lunch to work, you're food prepping. That's food prep. You don't have to be a competitor in order to food prep. It just means you're taking healthy options with you instead of whatever is, you know, in the vending machine, which of course is never going to be your best option. So I also think that it's important to celebrate all progress. I know this is jumping ahead a little bit, but you know, progress is progress. If you are, you know, getting up in the morning and walking for 5 minutes, but you haven't been doing that, that's progress. That's something that you weren't doing before. Maybe you walk to work, maybe you park further away. I know you've heard these before, you know, to take the stairs instead of the elevator. Yeah, that might be one thing, but that alone could change habits that change over a long period of time. That consistency can change some major things in your life. Once you start taking better care of yourself, some of the other things start to fall into place. Those who are focused on eating more healthier start to realize, well, hey, like if I just get out there and maybe walk a little bit extra, I'm going to see bigger results. Or if they start going to the gym, they start to realize, well, maybe I should clean up the things that I'm eating so that all this hard work I'm putting in at the gym can actually show up in a bigger way. That's not a bad option. Also, for those of us that are a little bit older, things that worked in your 20s are not going to work in your 40s. So, it's okay to look back and see what worked for you before. I think that's important, as long as it worked for you long term, right? Don't tell me that, that we talked about this last week, that 1,200 calorie diet worked once upon a time, because it obviously didn't work long term, right? It all came back when we went back to the old habits that we have. But as you get older, we can't get away with things that we could get away with when we were in our 20s. Like I tell people, 3 decades of eating unhealthy, I couldn't undo that in 3 weeks or even 3 months. It took me a lot longer to get rid of the toxins and the garbage that I put in my body. So you might have to take it a little more easy. You might not be able to lift as heavy. You can't do a lot of drastic things. Your body will not respond in a positive way. So be aware of that. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. One of the benefits for me being 44 is that I know what my limits are. I'm okay with that. I can't squat 400 pounds. That is never going to happen. My spine can't handle that. But I know what I can do. And I know sometimes that I'm going to have to maybe reach out to a professional, have a trainer, find a good lifting partner so that I can push myself more than I will push on my own. Those things are okay. Just know that, again, you're not going to be able to drink beer, eat pizza all weekend, be really good during the week, and look like a fitness model. That is not going to work in your 40s. Like I said, you might have got away with it in college. It's not going to happen now. I think the other big thing as you get started is find your people. Find the people that are similar lifestyle, at least, or similar to the lifestyle goal that you want. It's much easier when you have a tribe around you to stay with it. I love it when I get clients who have a lifting partner or a friend that's going to work out with them, kind of keep each other on track, because that way you're less likely to not show up when somebody's waiting on you. That's always a great option. But it also helps so that when you are wanting to go out with friends and maybe some of your friends want you to drink and you know that that's not really going to help you reach where you want to go, the one friend that's working out with you or that has a similar goal is going to be like, no, girl, we don't need this. Let's just, we're going to have our water and whatever, and it's going to, our seltzer water, and it's going to be great. It makes it much, much easier. Peer pressure is a real thing, guys. I don't care if you're adults. Y'all know, right? Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's coworkers, sometimes it's just your buds. They want you to go out and drink with them. I'm not gonna lie, my first couple of years of really learning to live a healthy lifestyle were a struggle because my friends just stopped asking me to do anything. Now it's not so bad. Primarily because most of my friends are within the fitness industry, or at least clients that work out. We all have kind of similar goals. So I don't nearly have that problem. If I want to go out and do something, I've got some friends. But that's a great way to get started, get some great ideas, keep motivated, because that's probably going to be your number one challenge, is staying motivated. The hardest part of reaching a goal is continuing to be determined and disciplined once that feeling has left you, right? We're all excited when we get started because it's new. We have these great imaginations of where we're going to go and how we're going to look. And then the grind starts to, set in. 2 weeks later, it's hard. Your friends aren't always supportive. Not gonna lie. You learn really quick that people want you to do well. They just don't want you to do better than they're willing to do. And sometimes they sabotage you a little bit. And you have to be so determined what your goal is that doesn't stop you, right? Your goals just have to be big enough that your obstacles don't matter. But that support group really does help, because on those days that you just don't feel like it, you still have the ability to go do it because they're waiting for you. So that's a big one. Now, if you're unsure, I know there's so many options out there. Take it down to make it super, super simple. As soon as you start into complicated, you're going to get overwhelmed. So start with 2 things you know you can do 100%, but aren't currently doing. And it can be as simple as, I just need to eat more protein. Maybe I need to add a protein shake to my day just to supplement what I'm getting in. Most women do not get enough protein in their diet to not only build and maintain muscle, but protein is a thermogenic nutrient. It actually helps you. Your body has to heat up hotter to break it down. So there's definitely some benefits there. Make sure that you know what macros are, what they do for you, and try really hard to eat a good variety of nutritious food, because your body runs on calories. That's your energy source. However, it needs the vitamins and minerals that healthy whole food can provide. Now, I'm not saying don't ever go have a slice of cake, because I'm not going to lie, I love cake and I love chocolate, but I don't do that on a daily basis. I save that for, special occasions, events, maybe a birthday party. The rest of the time I eat really, really clean because I like how I feel when I eat that. And then if I want that slice of pizza, I don't feel guilty for it because, well, I've kind of earned it. And I don't do it all the time, so it's a treat for myself. So hopefully that helps. Now, if you guys have questions, I see lots of people pop up there. I'm so happy to see everybody. If you have questions or comments, please leave a comment below, or you can actually contact me directly through Facebook Messenger. I do respond. My phone does blow up on a daily basis, but I'm pretty good at keeping up with it. My goal is just to help you make good changes in your life that helps keep you healthy and happy and really maintaining a great lifestyle for a very, very long time. So hopefully that helps. Have an incredible Wednesday, you guys, and until next week, that's Q&A Wednesday. Bye now.